For the longest of time, I didn't have a name for what I was doing. I just knew that when life felt unbearable, confusing, lonely, or too loud, I reached for books. Not to escape exactly, but to sit beside someone else's words until my own thoughts felt less frightening. I've been doing that for about 15 years, reading when I didn't know how to talk. Writing after a sentence stayed with me longer than expected, letting stories help me think about my life in ways advice never could. Only recently did I learn there was a word for this: bibliotherapy. It sounds formal, academic, a little intimidating actually, like something that belongs in an institution instead of bedrooms, notebooks, and quiet mornings. But when I first heard it, I laughed a little because it described something I already knew how to do. I didn't arrive at books because of training. I arrived because they kept me company when nothing and no one else could. Now, after all these years, yes, I'm certified. That happened later though, much later. And I'm grateful for it. The structure, the ethics, the language that helps explain what's happening when reading truly helps someone feel less alone. But the work itself didn't begin with a certificate. It began with experience, with need, and with love. There's often a question, sometimes spoken, sometimes implied, about what matters more: formal training or lived experience, authority or intimacy, knowledge or care. I don't think it's an either or. For a long time, all I had was experience and the desire to share what helped me survive. Now I have the language for it too, and the responsibility that comes with naming it carefully. So what now? Now I share, slowly, gently, without turning it into a lesson. I talk about books the way I always have, as companions, as mirrors, as places where thoughts can rest before turning it into writing. This space isn't about diagnosing or fixing, it's about noticing, about using literature to think, to feel, to stay. If there's one thing 15 years of reading this way has taught me, it's that you don't need big words to be helped by books. You just need permission to read honestly and to write from what stays. That's what this page is for. 1 page a day, one book beside you. No intimidation required.